Okay, let's try that again. That is okay. That is the most random thing that I've ever seen, but almost unsubbed. Good to hear. Yeah, I was having a whole ass conversation with you guys for nothing, I guess. I guess because it made me re-sign into all my accounts when I became affiliate. For whatever reason, it let me go live, and obviously you guys joined the chat and started talking. I could see everything you guys were saying, and I was talking back, so everything should have been good. And then you guys obviously were saying like, "Where's Jordan? Wait for Jordan to get here," or wait for Aiden. Um, and then as soon as I went to type in something to see if you guys could see me, it told me that I needed to log in. So it was really weird. I don't know why it let me go live if I somehow was not logged into my account. But either way, it is fixed. We are here. Welcome back once again. Oh my God. I have a lot of catching up to do apparently, because not only have I think we just got 3 subs since the stream went live. I had a bunch of stuff happen yesterday that I want to call out, but first off, thank you, Angry Meatball. Thank you, Junior's account, and thank you, Moon Spiders. Junior's account looks like you gifted a sub. Didn't know what you were doing, but you did it anyways. We still appreciate it. So you gifted a sub to Catboy Tad. And Moon Spiders and Angry Meatball just subs. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to run through the chat real quick, and then I'm going to shout out all the people who followed or subbed yesterday, because there were actually quite a few. I think we had 6 new followers between yesterday and today, which is crazy. Yeah, subs are very good. Subs are very good. So I appreciate that. Subs equals good. Let's see. So Angry Meatball, I did try to ask. Obviously, I was having some technical difficulties. You asked about a document. Which document are we referring to? If you're talking about the document on the screen, this is the list that was compiled through our other streams and then organized thanks to Catboy. I just pulled it into this document. Let's see. And then it looks like it's mostly you guys talking and trying to figure out where the hell I'm at. Okay. Yeah, hey, Angry Meatball for the first time is actually the stream boss. Welcome back. Or should I say, you've been here the whole time and now you're finally king. It's finally top dog. Only saw the words wet nurse before you blacked out. It was very odd. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the whole thing was strange. I don't even know how to explain that because I was here seeing everything and then nothing. So anyways, take a few minutes to get settled in and we'll start doing this deep dive. We obviously have a lot of information on the doc that we can go over tonight. But I want to at least give a quick shout out to all the people who followed and subbed between the stream. So let me kind of go through and do that real quick. Let me find. So huge shout out to Stream Hydra for following and joining the archive yesterday, between yesterday and today. So thank you, Stream Hydra. David Dam, thank you for joining the archive. Mandalorian 33, thank you for joining the archive. And Vucode, I think that's how you pronounce it. Vucode, thank you for joining the archive. So all those people followed the stream between Monday and today. Wandiki and Junior's account, thank you guys for subbing. You were the first 2 subs and actually subbed while we were offline. So thank you guys so much. And yes, Hydra. I'm sure you probably know who that is. Who was first though? You were first, Junior's account. You were not only one of the founders with your founder badge, one of the first 10 people to subscribe. You are actually the very first person to subscribe. So I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone either way, but I know you like to be first, so I'll give you your little extra recognition. You were the first of the first. So that's right. What's funny is I actually I hear your voice when I read that's right, because you say that shit in a very particular way. Um, but yeah, that is everything as far as I can tell for people who have subbed or followed or anything else. Um, as I'm gonna try to keep it to the deep dive as much as possible today because we got a lot of stuff to get through and we don't have a stream on Saturday. So I'm just gonna get all this stuff out of the way now so I don't have to talk about it later. I Apparently Twitch gives the first 10 people, like I mentioned, a founder's badge if that's anything that you guys care about. I did put a little bar that I'm just going to keep up until those first 10 subs are gone, so I'm able to keep track of how many more are left. So we're apparently now at 5. So there are 5 spots left for anyone who is not already subbed and wants a founder badge. As far as the giveaway goes, I will be taking suggestions for the giveaway throughout the night. I'm putting them on the doc to reference. Plan on first 10 subs themselves. So we technically would be at 4. I'll adjust that later. I don't think the bar actually is smart enough to count it, but thank you for letting me know that. So we should be at 4. I think we're at 4 individual subs so far. I plan on trying to do giveaways monthly at least. Especially if I'm having people sub and follow and everything else. I think it's only fair that I try to give back to you guys at least once a month. So what I'm going to do is just the same thing, as I figured 50 was a pretty solid goal. So if we can get to another 50 subs by April, then I'll do another giveaway in April. So that's what the new follower bar is going to indicate. As far as what kind of giveaways, I'm taking suggestions. I am not going to buy you a PS5. So I'll just be straight up about that. That's not happening. That's a little out of the scheme of reality. Pokemon game, maybe. Yeah, that's a suggestion. Your mic really picked up that bike. Yeah, I don't know why this bike suddenly drove right next to as close to my garage door as possible, but yeah, it did pick it up. He was also revving his shit a little louder than he probably needed to. But I want to say that is it. The podcast episode was launched yesterday, so I linked that in the Discord, and all the normal stuff. But for today, we are deep diving locations within a town or city. So we'll kind of jump right into it. Huge shout out to Catboy Tad for actually compiling all of the information from our previous streams up till now. So it was very easy to bring all this information forward. But as you can see, we've got a lot of options for bars, taverns, brothels, shops to flesh out. So if anyone has a suggestion of where you'd like to start, go ahead and pick one, and we will get started. Oh, Frat Bro, hey, welcome back to the stream, and thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. It might always be there. Let's see. How long will I have the first? I would imagine that you have the first as long as my account is active, or as long as I'm an affiliate. Like maybe if somehow I lost affiliate status, you might lose it. But yeah, I wouldn't see any reason that they would just arbitrarily take it away. I will do my best not to fuck up. Frat Bro says, no problem, bro. Thank you once again. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, if anyone has a suggestion of which of these items we want to start on first, we will go ahead and start knocking them out. Feel free to throw some suggestions. I actually did not fill out my water yet because I was trying to figure out this chat issue. So I will be right back, and then we will get started. The spider says, my water. I gotta have my water, man, you know? I try to talk a lot while I'm on stream. It gets I get thirsty. What can I say? Um, let's see. Back to the mines, boys. It's been real. What do you mean by the mines? Do you mean RuneScape, as Junior's account is asking? An anonymous gifter is gifting one tier 1 sub to personalities. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Well, no. Junior's thing said Catboy, so... Well, whoever you are, whoever gifted the sub, thank you so much. I can see it. Are you secretly a fish creature? Is who secretly a fish creature? Catboy? Oh, me? Are you asking if because I need water? Hey, personalities, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it took me a second to register it just because the fish person thing was out there. Oh, yeah, I guess one last aside, not that it matters too much, but just, like to be transparent. With the stream boss, I did modify the parameters of the health a little bit more just because now that we have subs and bits, which I don't even really know how the bits work, but I figured that the stream boss would go down a lot quicker if people were subbing and follows were still doing 200 and whatnot. So I reduced the $1 donations and the follows to 100 damage, and then subs are 250. So, yeah, if I need to change it later, I can. But that's it. So, who wants to pick the first topic? We could start with details. I know that we'll want to talk about that at some point in the night with Angry Meatball, but thank you, Junior's account, for the $1 donation. But yeah, anyone pick a name and we'll start working on it. We've got juicy options like Thick Hut, the Moist Oyster, the Rusty Pigeon, the Screaming Cowboy. We've got a bunch of options to choose from, so... Personality says, what's good, Moon Spiders? Come to talk shit. And Moon Spiders just told a straight up lie in the chat. Catboy. Oh my god. Hey, Huge Melons. Welcome back. How are you doing? That's not what Aiden says. How do I become a moderator? I'll block anyone who talks shit. I could make you a mod, Junior's account. We don't really need more mods, but I don't mind making you a mod. You just can't actually just block people for talking shit, though. A minor amount of shit talking is allowed in the stream. Huge Melon says, better now that you're streaming. Well, that's very sweet of you. That's nice to see you as well. Junior's account says, I mean, I am first. There wouldn't be a chat then. Yeah, exactly. Like, without, like, just a minor, at least a little bit of shit talking, what are we even doing here? You know? World building without shit talking? What's even the point? Moonspiders asks, who is this? I know who it is. Or at least I'm very confident I know who it is. I guess it could be a plot twist, and it's not who I think it is, which would be really fucking weird. I really hope you're who I think you are, Huge Melons. Otherwise... Huge Melon says to Moonspiders, I am Huge Melons. Yeah. I mean, I will not lie. If it's who I think it is, they're not small. I mean, if it's a dude, who says a dude can't have huge melons? P4P at huge melons? What does P4P mean? Also, I need some Twitch emote suggestions. I'll be honest, I don't really particularly care, but I know that some people like to use pound for pound. Is that a term that people use when referring to their melons? I've never heard that before. But yeah, I don't really particularly care what emotes we use as part of the channel, but obviously, you know, some people like to use them, so I want to make sure they're available to you guys. Personality says, laugh my ass off, we can do that too at Huge Melons. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way? I don't think I've asked yet. So D&D, yeah, let's get back to talking about us and D&D. Junior's account, pick something off the list. Let's work on something. How are you doing tonight, by the way? Thanks for calling me and making sure I was okay. I was fine, obviously, but I appreciate you making sure I'm not hurt or something. A good night's rest. Let's see. That's under the taverns, I assume. Let's do it. Thanks for rejecting my call. I'm sorry. I was trying to fix it. I was doing a lot. I'm sorry. I had to pull up my authenticator app when you called me. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm preparing for a session tomorrow. Hey, what was I gonna say? I hope the session goes well. Uh, bar and names. Okay. So I would think that this is more of an in, not necessarily that it doesn't have a bar component, but like with a name like A Good Night's Rest, I'm sure like something about the sleep arrangements there has to be unique, or about the owner of the tavern maybe. I don't know. Someone throw out something, anything, and we'll start extrapolating from it. Does whatever program you use not have a page break function? I mean, it's Microsoft Word, so I'm sure it does. Wow, what's that? What is this thing? Hmm. Owner was once a super strong knight, and then his backstory, something devastating happened, and he made a good night's rest. Like crazy strong. Okay, sure. Super strong owner. Control enter. Is it control enter on a Mac? Oh, command enter. Yeah, just flip it around. So, shut up, Junior's account. Uh, could level the entire village with one hit. I don't know about that, but we'll say he's really strong. He's a retired adventurer. He's a super strong owner. What do you want to name the owner? Saitama? Is that what you're going to say next? You're going to say Saitama? Yes, I had a feeling. Sure, why not? Saitama. But he's not leveling any towns with one hit. Maybe he's able to. We can speculate, but he's not hitting the town. So what devastating thing happens to Saitama that makes him want to open a um, tavern? Because he doesn't want to. Fair enough. Fair enough. But what could be so devastating that he just retires and then opens a tavern? And do people know how strong he is, or does he go to a town where they don't realize how powerful he is? Okay, that's cool. That would be a cool idea. Of course not, because you're trying to play the One Punch Man theme, so I should have guessed that, yeah. Okay, so we can say that Saitama, the owner, is crazy powerful, but retired from adventuring. Uh, to establish a tavern in a town that does not know his history. What was that? Oh wow, that was a sound. Uh, Catboy Tad has gifted a sub, a tier 1 sub to NASA Daddy. Thank you so much. That was a very loud sound that took me by surprise for a second. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Catboy. Well, this bar is going to be useless at this point. Because if the gifting subs don't count towards the founders thing, I don't know that I have track of where we're at anymore. Oh well, no big deal. I guess I can always just pull it up on my account if I need to reference it. But what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. So they don't know his history. One of his, we'll say many, because he's an experienced adventurer, artifacts, items, is a magical set of armor. I'll say animated. That watches over the establishment and works the bar. Because why not? Makes it more fun. There we go. Okay. I like that. No, Junior's account. He's not wearing the armor. The armor is animated, meaning that it's on its own, right? So, like, let's say that Saitama, for some reason, had to leave the bar to go one punch something. The armor would stay there and watch over the tavern, hence the name A Good Night's Rest. The knight is the animated armor. And his outfit is yellow. Okay? So he only either wears a yellow jumpsuit or no, what does he wear? He wears three things in the show, I think. He wears the yellow jumpsuit, he wears the blue pajamas, and then he wears like a red and white t-shirt, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I think he has like a t-shirt and jeans outfit. What time period is this? I mean, it's a fantasy setting. The time period is no correlation. Sweatshirt with boobs on it? Is it a sweatshirt? You're right. He wears the one that says Opie. It is, okay, it's a red and white sweatshirt. Well, I was just trying to visualize it, because I forgot it said Opie on it. Because we were talking about the same thing. I thought it was a t-shirt when it's, in fact, a hoodie. Or a sweatshirt. Yeah, fuck Junior's account. What? What's wrong with you, man? It's okay. I just helped you make a town where you can have One Punch Man be the or a tavern where One Punch Man can be the owner. Ooh, there's a regular who everyone believes accomplished all the things Saitama actually did as an adventurer. What's his name? King? Are we gonna call him King? Gink? So you're gonna call Saitama Saitama, but then you're gonna turn around King's name for some reason? We may as well call him. Uh, how would you say that backwards? Amatias? Hey, that's actually not a bad name. Amatias? It's hard to pronounce. Amatias. Maybe that's what we should call him. It's actually not that hard now that I've got it a few times. Prince. Nah, just King is fine. I'm gonna put him in there. For the people who don't want to completely run the One Punch Man cheese in their games, I'm gonna give them these alternatives. Gink. Gink sounds like the name of a dude who never did anything and just is trying to take credit for it. Gink is such a terrible name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hmm? Oh, I kind of like Gink more. I'm still gonna put Gink because that's funny as fuck. Gink actually sounds like it could be a dumbass name. G-Nick. Like Krog. No, Krog isn't that bad. It's unique. Who gets credit in the town for all the great deeds the owner did? There we go. Test message. I see you, Moon Spiders. That guy can't even throw an axe more than 3 feet. Hey man, that sucks. Hopefully one day he'll be able to throw an axe more than 3 feet, you know? Probably not though. Moon Spiders types a bunch of random letters and then says, figured it out. What did you figure out? How to earn channel points? Yeah, I need to actually figure out how these channel points work. Because there's there's so much customization to this stuff. Like it's so crazy. He figured out that you've all got anime brain rot and can't be redeemed. First of all, Angry Meatball, uh, we do not have anime brain rot, alright? my original name, my original name for this channel is Waifu Central. So I'm not going to argue on that point any further. But we do not have anime brain rot. Second of all, we are all very redeemable here in this chat. I think all members of the archive are either redeemed or redeemable. Moon spiders might not be redeemable, but everyone else is. Let's see. It's time based. Like time based in the sense of how long you are in the chat, or like how many times you chat. Probably just need to watch a video on some of this stuff. Moon spiders, obviously I was joking. You don't need to be redeemed, okay? You are perfect. 10 points for every 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, because on Streamlabs, it was showing, like, it was saying a lot of different things that I could have you guys do with your points. Like, apparently there are ways you can, like, gamble them or play games for them. But I need to look into it more. I'm surprised that this stuff is up so quickly, though, because Twitch says it's going to take 2 weeks from when you, like, hit the 50, right? Or once you hit all the requirements. And I got that email first thing in the morning, like not even 12 hours after we had hit it. I received the email saying I was invited to be an affiliate, so that was kind of cool. Redeemed highlight my message. This is one thing they can be used for. Oh, okay. That's cool. You're perfect. Thank you for the acknowledgement. You're very welcome, Moon Spiders. I don't know if your wife tells you that enough. But she should. Angry Meatball says you can set things like gifts or sound alerts to be redeemable by the chat via channel points, though I believe it needs a controlling device. What do you mean by a controlling device? I'll do some research on this tomorrow and try to figure it out. Try to set some more of this stuff up by Monday's stream. Moon Spider says she doesn't. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know how any of it works from your end, just our side. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that's very fair. I'll look into it. I'll start figuring this stuff out. My friend calls it a stream deck. It's some kind of external device, but I've never gotten my hands on it. Oh, okay, I've seen those. Yeah, it's like basically a customizable table. I don't really understand like how the programming in it works specifically, but I was thinking about getting one anyways because there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Junior's account says to Moon Spiders, "You are perfect." Like it even ranks you guys based on the number of subs you've gifted or the number of bits. Huh? If I want to spell it Twan, Junior's account, I will spell it Twan. Okay? Okay. I mean, do we want to say that there's anything else unique about a good night's rest? That's honestly already like a really unique tavern concept, or like an inn concept, with the animated armor and then the owner being as crazy strong as he is. That's the thing with a lot of these shops and inns is it doesn't need like a lot of detail. It just needs like a little bit of backstory to kind of describe what the flavor is going to be. But we've got a regular, we've got an owner, and we've got something that makes the tavern extremely unique in the form of the armor. Um, that sounds racist, and we don't do that here. We actually talked about this last stream. I have not seen Encanto. I actually watched Hamilton for the first time yesterday. I don't know if anyone's seen Hamilton. Not to get too distracted, but it was very good. Well, the house is alive. That would be a good concept, I think. Like, what do you mean by alive? Like, what does it do that makes it alive? Because that's. Oh, you mean in Encanto, the house is alive. I gotcha. Yeah, it has like magic, and then it gives the family like superpowers. I understand like the premise, and I've heard a lot in terms of it supposedly being like about generational pressure that families put on the children, but I have not watched it. So we can obviously keep adding to a good night's rest as we need to, or as people have ideas. But let's have someone pick the next one for us to work on. Ain't no bitch, I didn't cry. No one suggested that you would have cried, so I'm wondering if you did, and maybe you're trying to cover it up. Which honestly sounds more like a Moonspiders thing to do than what you would do, but watch the movie, you will. Uh, I won't cry. I won't cry. You've never seen me cry. Not even once. Maybe not. You wouldn't relate to the movie. Why wouldn't I relate to the movie? The way you pronounce it tells me I don't pronounce it correctly, or I don't pronounce it Hispanic enough. Hey man, give me a couple years and I will speak. Well, not even a couple years. Give me a year and a half, and I will speak perfect Spanish. I already asked. I said, yeah, someone pick another item off the list. Someone, all caps. The North Pole. Oh, the North Pole. I would imagine. So this is listed as a brothel. I forgot I could just do page break, but oh well, we're already here. Not used to doing that, so I need to start. The North Pole. What you got, Catboy? What you thinking for the North Pole? What makes the North Pole special? There's obviously two ways we can go with the North Pole, as far as like calling it either a brothel or a strip club. It's either called the North Pole because there's a lot of North Poles available, or because a lot of people are gonna have North Poles when they go in. You know what I'm saying? Good thing before D&D is not here. I mean, what kind of magic are we talking about, Junior? Because this is a brothel. It's not a store, bro. It's a brothel. That's what I'm saying. They might sell poles, but it's a different kind of pole. What kind of what kind of magic pole would you sell, Junior's account? We could make it a variant. Wukong. But it would be called the North Pole. I think it would need to be more like in line with Wukong's, you know, mythology. It's run by a fat. There you go. There we go. There we go. That's something. Or does he only hire elves? Obviously, they're taller in D&D, but I'm just shooting the shit, man. Brothel is run by a fat bearded man that only hires halflings and gnomes. Yeah, it does fit the aesthetic for sure. It does fit the aesthetic. Oof. Okay. What other unique factors can we give to the North Pole? That's pretty unique in and of itself. I don't know that brothels need a lot of detail or description, but ooh, obviously the owner's name is Nicholas. That would be. The owner also donates to orphanages. Oh my God. Okay, that's perfect. Because there's not going to be like a traditional Christmas in the campaign, but like at least in this town, it could be like a thing of maybe he takes a portion of the money that's made from the brothel, and then like not only does he donate to orphanages, maybe he just donates to like all the children of this town. Magic bag that can store a lot of items has a bag of holding. Okay. I like the way you think, Jordan. I try, man. I do the best I can. Hmm. What else? How wealthy do we want to say he is? Is he moderately wealthy and just generous? Is he a bag of holding? Junior's account. I know your experience with D&D is limited, so I don't know if you actually know if it's like an item or not. Can't tell if you're okay. Because you know, like in all honesty, you would be Like, that's a 50-50. You could have known, you might not have known. He's poor because he donates so much. Okay. Of course it's red and white. But I guess I do have to say that for the doc. I'm not gonna, you know. He's not a pedo. He's a good, like, from this read, he's a good guy, okay? He's just like, he's so committed to what he does, right? And I think that's a good twist on Santa Claus, like a normal dude who does something a little less than savory for the sake of helping children, not out of any malicious intent. Sounds like a pedo didn't want to say it though. I would imagine that he has to be smart enough that he like I don't think he would wear the suit to the point of like rags. Like he would get it replaced, but he just doesn't splurge, you know? Like that's more so how I imagine it. He doesn't spend money he doesn't need to spend. So like when his suit goes bad, he replaces it. God damn it. Little people because they remind him of kids. Hey, you know, you take it how you want. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I saw it coming as well. Dude's not even married? Of course. Well, is he married? Do we say that he's married? Or no? Is there a Mrs. Nicholas, whatever last name we choose to give? Of course he's married. But is he? But here's the key. What race is he married to? Is it a little person? What the fuck? That's weird. Interesting. Is his wife a moron? Oh no. No, that's no, Catboy, no. Oh god. No, Catboy, please. Don't make me put that. Not one of the workers. Halfling is fine. No wife is fine, but wife is one of the workers. Like if you're gonna go that far off, you just have to go off the deep end, right? I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna write it down. No, but if you're gonna go off the deep end, she's the only one. She's the only worker. I have to put it. You're right. That's the rule. If someone suggests it, I gotta put it. Sticking to my rule. I'm gonna put potentially. Make it optional. Potentially a worker or the only worker. Also, wife is half his age. Well, what race would we think that this guy's gonna be? I mean, probably an actual elf would be my thought because elves live for like a really long time and they're close enough to a human. Um, because otherwise a halfling would easily outlive him. Wow. Alright. So we have so far made a solid One Punch Man reference. And we have butchered Santa Claus. So we're doing good tonight, guys. We're crushing it. Okay, I did not mean to do all that. There we go. I mean, I think that's pretty solid. If you guys have anything else you want to add. Last name Calvin? What's it a reference to? Oh, is it to... Is that from that old Santa Claus movie? The one with, fucking, what's his name? Yeah, the Santa Claus. With the dude from Home Improvement? I'm about it. Was his name Nick? Was his first name Nick too? Yeah, Tim Allen. Or was his name something, like it was something Calvin, right? I haven't seen that movie in years. Yeah, no, it's Scott. Okay. But obviously it's fine because Nicholas is Saint Nick, Calvin. That'll work. His initials were SC. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I think that will, I think that's pretty solid for the North Pole. If you guys have anything else, feel free to throw it out there. And we'll keep adding to it. Moon Spiders, if you're still out there, why don't you pick something? You know? You always have so many comments, so much feedback to give. Let's hear it. Which one you want to work on? I'm back. What did I miss? Well, depends on what your feelings on Santa Claus are, but we basically butchered him. Well, more so, this is not like the literal Santa Claus. Uh, but uh, High CR Fey Lord. And Junior's Count says, what's the HP bar for? You actually weren't in the stream after you became stream boss. The HP bar at the top is for the stream boss. So basically, whenever someone follows, donates, subs, shares bits, like basically when you do things that help the stream out, it takes HP off of the current stream boss, which is Angry Meatball. And when Angry Meatball or whoever the current stream boss is, does those things, it heals him. So it's like a little mini game within the stream. So if someone were to come in and follow right now, it would just automatically knock 100 HP off of Angry Meatball's health bar. And then whenever he hits 0, whoever landed the finishing blow, they become the new stream boss. So you were actually stream boss for 2 streams, Junior's account, because you, I think you donated I think it was a $4 donation. You donated to the stream and then dipped, which is fine, but your donation actually had made you stream boss. So we worked a brothel, the North Pole. The only member the Sealy Court lives in a winter environment. Good thing I got a call then. Yeah, it was. It was not the Fey Santa Claus. All right, we didn't butcher that. Just more of the spirit of Santa Claus. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the $1 donation, Junior. The King's Chamber Pot. Let's do it. Yeah. So the way that it works, Junior, because I assume you did that to test it out, is every dollar is now worth 100 HP. Every follow is worth 100 HP. Every sub is worth 250 HP. And then every bit is worth 1 HP. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think a bit is equivalent to like a penny in value. So if a dollar is 100, a penny should be 1, you know? The King's Chamber Pot. Jimmy, thank you so much for the $3 donation, man. I appreciate it. I'm first. Yeah. We officially have a new stream boss. Once again, Junior's account is the stream boss. Came in. We've been doing this for literally a month. I've explained the stream boss probably like once a stream, or at least once most streams. And Junior's account has finally figured it out, and he is now a deadly assassin. So watch out, all future stream bosses. Let's see. The King's. And what was the King's Chamber Pot on the list? Was it a bar? Or was it a store? Or what was it? Yeah. Bar and inn. Yeah. Alright, so I mean, when I read this name, I feel like the owner would be saying it either self-deprecatingly or in deprecation of like an official figure, but I don't know. Throw out your thoughts, guys. Like, I could see it being a thing like where maybe the owner feels like the government shits on him, or in turn, once again, just doesn't like the government. So it's like a reference to that government official. But I am open to suggestions. Also, just I guess most of you are subs, so it will not apply. But did an ad run on the stream when you guys came into it? Trying to figure out how this stuff works, but no, it didn't. Well, you were already subbed. I turned ads off for subscribers, so it should not have worked if you were already subbed when you came into it. But I don't really know how to. I wasn't? Okay, fair enough. No big deal. There's no rush to get it up. You just disappeared. That's fair, probably because, yeah, you guys would have also already been in there when the stream went up. That's interesting. Hmm. Let me see. I'm going to try to test it real quick. If I just go to Twitch as a non-user, maybe it'll... see if it works. Otherwise, I know I have to mess around with it some more tomorrow. I did not want to go... Not for me either. Yeah, I'm gonna double check real quick just because so many of you guys were already in the chat and we had the little glitch issue, so I don't know that either it could have just not worked or it could not have thrown an ad up because you guys were already technically in it. Let's see, moment of truth.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
Oh, at least works for a... Okay, well that worked. Try one more thing. Okay, yeah, it works. Yeah, I think it just literally is because you guys, we were in a state of limbo of being live and not live. So even for the people who aren't technically subs, you guys were in, and just nothing was working. So, cool. Well, that means that it should, in theory, work going forward. But once again, obviously, I turned that off for my subs, so you guys wouldn't be seeing those going forward, anyways. But yeah, Cowboy, what do you think? What do you think about the King's Chamber Pot? Cowboy says, so suddenly I'm picturing a bar where everyone thinks the owner is sympathetic to an anti-monarchical sentiments, and so they go there to plant things against the king, but actually the king's guard uses it to keep tabs on such people. Oh, so it's like... Okay. I get you. So it's like the king would have to be really big brained to think of this though. Like they're using it to seed out rebellious information. Why is it the one with the most joke name is the one that we're gonna make the most serious? That's perfect. I like it though. Um, All right. So I said an establishment that uses its name and atmosphere to lure in potentially unsavory, treasonous activity. It functions as a spy house for the King's Guard and allows them to gather info on those who would betray the realm. It also has great latrines. Catboy says they don't arrest people at the bar ever because that could ruin that reputation. For sure. You know, it's an undercover cop style thing. So I could imagine that, maybe they have, uh, magical bugs like in the way of like recording devices set up, so that way they can, review information later and things like that. Like, what would you call that? I'm sure there's a term for it. Like a sting house, maybe? Is that what it's called? When the police would, like, if a police would do the same thing? Like, if you had a house set up that's wired and basically ready to go, so sting operation. Sting operation. So they don't have, like, a nickname for the house foeman spiders? Angry Meatball says honey trapping, or honey trap. Oh, apparently honey trapping is more of a sexual nature. Bait house. Apparently not. Oh well. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like we all understand the concept is that it's used for sting operations. Oh, yeah, my bad. There we go. Good call out. Of course. Well, there are a lot of sting terms. Oof. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Like, obviously, like where you would put this would vary depending on what your government setup is like. But I like the concept of a government that uses an inn to, you know, like basically stirs the pot, so that way the people who also want to stir the pot will show up. It's a good twist, Catboy. Good suggestion. Is there anything else unique we'd like to add to the King's Chamber Pot? All right. Well, keep throwing out ideas if you have them. Um, let's see. Let me go ahead and highlight the ones we've done real quick. But if someone wants to suggest the next item on the list, feel free to do so. think that's good. Yeah, I think so too. That's the thing with these. They just need flavor text. They don't need a lot of detail necessarily, because everyone's campaign setting is going to end up being a little different, or just how they want to run it in general. Journey's End has an ominous sound to it. Well, then let's do it. Let's get a little ominous. Alright, so why is Journey's End so ominous? Or what makes Journey's End unique compared to any other bar or tavern? It's actually just outside the Big Bad's lair. Okay. That's like a one sentence fix right there. It doesn't need anything else if it's outside the Big Bad's lair. Say possibly right outside your Big Bad's lair. Because that's the end of it right there, you know, if we do that. Like, you don't need anything else. That's your final respite right there. Once you leave that tavern, you're going straight into the thick of it. But what else? What could we do to make Journey's End stand out? Damn. It's very on the nose too. Located on the edge of a cliff. Okay. Alright, what else? Located on the edge of a cliff. Yeah. Angry Meatball says, run by the unluckiest man in the world. People he knows keep dying around him in freak accidents, like falling off a cliff. Will keep dying. The restrooms are off the cliff, so when you flush, you see it fall 1,500 feet down. I'm trying to envision what you mean by the restrooms are off the cliff. Like how does that work from a plumbing perspective, where you can see it and still be doing it? You've seen Game of Thrones? Yeah, I've seen Game of Thrones. Clearly, they float in the air. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be one thing if people just, like, will, you know, pee off the cliff, I guess. But, I don't know. I don't think I'm using a restroom where I have to look out over a cliff. See when they throw people in the hole? Oh, so you're saying that literally the plumbing takes it off the cliff. But do they see the fall? I haven't seen Game of Thrones in a while. What are you referring to? Because there's a different, like, it's two separate things. Like, there could be both, but I'm trying to understand the logistics of it being both. Because when I use the restroom, I don't see where it goes once I flush. I know where it goes, theoretically, but I don't know where it goes. Or see where it goes, is what I meant to say. What is that thing called in Game of Thrones, Junior's account? Okay. I am also looking, because I'm trying to envision this. The moon door, okay. Yeah. 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 Got it here on the wiki. Moon door. Moon Spider, is this because you're perfect? We can't all be perfect. Okay, I think I figured it out, but let me watch this YouTube video. I understand what you're trying to say now. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Alright. So what you're saying is the building is constructed in such a way that the actual receptacle of the toilet is just a hole that falls over the edge of the cliff. So then you could theoretically pee into it and look as your pee goes down over 1,000 feet off the edge of a cliff. Hey, I'm not a artistic or like visual person, so you have to explain things, right? Don't dumb me. All right, obviously I didn't get it, and I don't think I was the only one. And if I was, well, fuck you. That seems like a major hazard for the world's most unlucky guy. Cowboy says, "Oh, I got a link to another thing. Maybe the cliff is home to the dungeon called the Hero's Ascent, and the bar marks an end to the journey through the place." I like that. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and push your link. Yeah, so instead of being like the outside the big bad or being on the edge of a cliff specifically, you could obviously combine these ideas together, but maybe the bar is the end of a journey, right? End of like a trial or something. Junior's account says not for him, for people around him. Yeah, I mean, but if you know that you like are prone to have people die around you, maybe you don't like make it easier for them to die by living in a place that people tend to fall out of. I don't know, just a thought. Fuck them, I need to make money, and rent was cheap because it's on a cliff. Damn, it's starting to sound like a fucking villain. He only gets new customers anyway, no regulars. Yeah, definitely no regulars. At least I'm not a pedo. That's fair. That's fair. But no one's a pedo, you know? I think that Nicholas, like SC, his name was NC. Nicholas Calvin was not a pedo. Okay, I just checked. So it looks like 5 of the 8 subs are counted in the founder. So it is correct. It has to be a individual sub, not a gifted sub. So we have half of them left. We got 5 left that we can give out. Cool. Yeah, he likes the little adult women. What? Agree to disagree. Yeah, they're adults. You know, Catboy's right. They're adults. They're not children. That's the key. Just because they're short, you know, there's nothing wrong with being short. There are plenty of short people. Don't short shame, okay? We don't do that here. Okay. I think that's pretty good. We've got a couple of variations, a couple things that you could go bind together. So I think that's pretty solid. I like the idea. I think all 3 variations are actually pretty good. It's like a funny little thing if you do the cliff one, because the journey's end could just be the fact that, you know, A, it's on a cliff, and B, you are literally risking your life by interacting with this man, even though he doesn't have any ill will towards you. He just wants to serve you some ale and give you a place to stay, but you probably are going to die. And then having it be the last spot you go before facing the big bad is always just makes it interesting in and of itself. So yeah. You notice that? Payload. I thought that was a good one. I mean, you're basically dropping a bomb in some cases. 1,500 feet in the air. You know, depending on what you ate. And someone's got to be, well, not someone, but something's got to be below where it drops. Eventually it's going to hit something. Hopefully not someone. Junior's account says, I come up with some great ideas. You do come up with some great ideas, Junior's account. Thanks for coming to the chat and sharing your ideas today. I appreciate that. Only if you stay around him too long. Yeah, but still, like, the party isn't gonna know, right? Like, no one's gonna know, like, go there and know what the time frame is. Okay, I got an idea for under the stairs. All right. What is? Where is under the stairs? Oh, right there, right in front of my face. Duh. All right, Catboy, what you got? Wait, was it really? No, I found it. Was it really the idea that the guy's name is Harry? Damn, Junior. I mean, okay. Because he's Harry under the stairs? I get the joke. It's. I'm just surprised that Junior guessed it. Like it without a prompt. Just the fact that you had an idea. That was the first thing he went to. Hmm. Well, good job, Junior's account. Kind of. I mean, you took the idea from him, but like it was a good guess. Apparently, it was a great guess because you got it right. So, what else? That's why I am first. Fair enough. That is why you got that first badge. Um, Aiden, scroll the doc. I'm gonna go a little bit slower. Am I looking for anything in particular, or you just wanted to look over it? Hmm. Oh, I gotcha. Alright, there we go. Owner's name is Harry. I have the list on my comp, remember? Yeah. Yeah. This is true. What would his last name be? I don't know why. Oh, well, I guess I know why. The name Longbottom comes to my head, but it's obviously a Harry Potter reference. Whew. My man, Harry Longbottom. Why not? Long stick? Wow. What a name. That's true. Neville was the other one the prophecy could have been about. Like his wand. Oh shit. And under the stairs. Like this is a perfect one to do a Harry Potter reference about. It really is. So what else can we pack in there? Okay, so the bar is hidden and you have to tap on a certain brick to reveal the entrance. Well, I'll put optionally in a train station because I don't know that I'll have trains in my campaign. So that would not work in my case. But obviously, if you do have trains, then yeah, it fits the theme better. Does becoming an affiliate come with any more restrictions on what you can and can't have said on your stream? Not particularly, as far as I'm aware. um, yeah, I mean, in the agreement they sent me, it didn't say anything about like having to be PG or stick to any particular language. Now, obviously, in this day and age, if I went and just said inflammatory remarks and it got blown up, I'm sure I could find myself off the platform, or if I was doing terrible things, or if I was doing anything that was like copyrighted and sharing that or doing something with that, like playing copyrighted music, but nothing that's different from just being a typical creator. Ooh, literally under a staircase. Yeah, exactly. I could get canceled. Hashtag cancel Aiden. Are they watching you more carefully now? I mean, not to my knowledge. Why? What's going on? Yeah, to my knowledge, they're. I mean, Twitch is such a big platform that I'm sure they have bots and monitoring and things like that for certain stuff, but not like watching me with any type of particularity. That would be a little surprising. Maybe when I became, if I say when, if Juan Diki were here, he would say when. So I'll say when. When I become a partner, which would be crazy if I become a partner, because the partner requirements are insane compared to the affiliate requirements. Um, but yeah, I could see like at that point, maybe they're a little bit more observant. I was curious about before D&D's unofficial account. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. It is against terms of service for me to create multiple accounts and then follow myself or use like my own account to sub to myself. But I don't think Twitch is gonna care if someone went and made an account and followed me because it doesn't have anything to do with me. I didn't make the account. And worst case scenario, they would just flag it, and then I would lose that one follower. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, we got 6 people who followed, which is crazy. Normally we get like 2 people who follow in between streams, but we had 6 people join between Monday and today, which means we would have been well over safely affiliate by now, anyways. Junior's Count says, does becoming affiliate come with any more restrictions on what you can and can't have said on your stream? Oh, is AFK? What was the answer? Not really. Like, there are things that obviously cross the line for Twitch, and I can't obviously cross the line, but outside of that, it's pretty free. Yeah, it shouldn't get me flagged. If anything, I might get his account flagged. But it wouldn't have anything to do with me. And I'm pretty sure that Twitch's stance is they don't count the follower, because I have a backup account that I followed the account with, which is the whole reason why I put the goal as 51, because Twitch doesn't count my backup account as an actual follower for the sake of any of their metrics. It shows as a follower, but it won't count as like towards affiliate or anything else. It's not the following that I was wondering, more the idea that you have modded an account that may include a word that is against their hate speech directives. Oh, you're talking about certified webback. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. At the end of the day, like, I'm not too worried about it, because in the grand scheme of things, I don't like, his account is older than mine, and it hasn't been flagged yet. Or rather, I should say, he's been using Twitch longer than I have. So his account is old enough that if it was going to get flagged, it should. And even like me making someone a mod, if Twitch is letting them be on the platform in the first place, I shouldn't be held responsible. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. If I was Twitch and I saw that his name was Certified Webback and that caused a problem for me, I'm not gonna ban or do anything to any of the accounts he's a moderator on. I'm just gonna either ban his account or make him change the username. But good question. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like I said, I'm not really worried regardless, but that would be something that might potentially bite him in the ass if he were to, because he's planning to maybe start his own stream. So I would probably recommend he change his name if he's going to do that. They also sell magical paraphernalia like spell books, cauldrons, and wands. Brooms. Aaron Meatball says, I hear the name Waifu Central is free. I would hope he doesn't take that name. That would be a little weird. Hopefully he's got a little bit more originality than that. But who knows? It is technically free if someone wants to take it. Yeah, once I get paid for my job, I'm going to end up doing the Streamlabs Prime, so that way I can unlock some more of the features and keep improving the stream. One of the things is that I activated the bot, so it should in theory be working. Well, no, it's working. I've seen it doing stuff when you guys are subbing, so it's definitely doing something. But one of the things that I need to do is I can change the name once I have a Prime account. So maybe that's something I'll let you guys vote on. I was initially going to name the bot account Brutaris, which is Certified Wetback's original character name, and canonically is one of Aiden's closer friends. And they have a history of shitting on each other, so I thought it would make sense if we made the bot, Brutaris. But maybe I bring Waifu Central back, That's another idea. Waifu Central bot? But feel free to throw out suggestions for that. Waifu Central. Cloaks. I'm sure they generically sell a lot of magic items. But are there any other Harry Potter references that maybe we could seed into this? Name brand stuff, though? What is a name brand broom? Cowboy says there's a competing bar called Under the Chairs that's shady as fuck. How are they shady? Name brand only, whatever that means in the scheme of D&D magic items. None of that cheap shit. Maybe you could stop instead. Moonspiders, what are you talking about? I have no idea what that means. Dyson wands? Moonspiders, why did you link Hunchback of Notre Dame? You weren't in the last stream, were you? Or is this just not related at all? Nike cloaks. Yeah, Moonspiders, what inspired you to link this at this precise point in time? Because it's just crazy that I was listening to Hunchback of Notre Dame. You were deformed? I'm deformed? I'm deformed? And I'm ugly? Hey, don't talk about yourself that way, because I know you're not talking to me like that. Shoes that let you fly? I know you did not just say that. Junior. Junior's account says Ergot. God damn it. Moonspider says it's in the song You Fuck. I'm trying to figure out why you were linking Hunchback of Notre Dame. Why are you randomly listening to Hunchback of Notre Dame? Okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but I know you don't just randomly listen to Hunchback of Notre Dame. You fuck. Junior's account says Jordan shoes. Catboy says under the chairs is always full of suspicious characters and sells possibly cursed items. It's not Nike. It's Jordan. Okay. Blue Spider says it's on my playlist. Okay, man. It's on your playlist. Whatever you say. It's on your playlist. Okay. The brand for wands is number 2. As in number 2 pencils. Ever been to a Broadway show? No, I have not been to a Broadway show. Have you ever been to a Broadway show? Harry is the brother of a nearby school's headmaster. The fuck does that mean? Moonspider says yes, more than one, and then Junior's account says it shows he hasn't been to one. What does that mean? Have you been to a Broadway show, Junior's account? When have you been to a Broadway show? Saw a few stage productions when I was living in Chicago. I don't know if I believe either of you. That one time, there it is. That one time, yeah. Yeah. I think Moonspiders has probably been to a play, and he's calling it a Broadway show. Not necessarily understanding that Broadway is a place. My grandparents have season tickets, and then they let me and you know who go. I mean, the fact that you say you know who makes me wonder if I do know who. Because if it was your wife, you'd just say your wife. Houston, Broadway. Why not just say your wife then? Oh shit, Hamilton's in town? Hmm? Oh. I knew this was going to happen at some point. Give me 2 seconds. Probably a little bit more than 2 seconds, but not long. Okay, give me just a second to change the camera output. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, the camera was charged up to 50%. I'm not used to using like one of these higher end cameras. I gotta remember to charge it right after I get off. I did not change, but the camera angle is going to be different for the remainder of the stream because I went from using uh, a DSLR to a webcam. You were looking slimmer. That's because the camera adds 10 pounds and is super zoomed in. What position is it in that it can't be plugged in while used? I don't. It's a great question. It's not my camera, and the person who owns the camera says not to plug it in while using it. So I just follow her instruction. Um, so I don't know. That was honestly one of the first things I asked is could it not just be plugged in while being used? But apparently it is not good for this camera's battery. But this is what she does, sell camera equipment, so she would know. Arms look stronger. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, well, I'm working on these abs, so I can do the stomach reveal like Moon Spider wanted. Does the camera run with the battery out but a charging cable in? I do not know, to be honest. I'll find out. These are things that like I said, I asked in the beginning, and she said basically no, but I'll double check. It really isn't too big of a thing. The battery typically would last through the whole stream. I just have to actually make sure it charges completely before running it. But also that would be kind of a long wire to run because the outlets are not super convenient in here either. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties. Sorry for the brief pause. I'm trying to remember what I was doing before I noticed the camera's off. We were talking about Under the Stairs. I think that's probably a good amount of information. And then I realized that Hamilton is apparently touring in Houston. Let me see how much these tickets are. I bet they're absurd. Oh, it's actually not too bad. Really? It's only $130. Oh, no, there we go. That is more like what I expected for those kind of seats. Okay. Well, that means I'm not going to that. Invest in a UPS. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out before Monday. But I think that's probably enough for Under the Stairs. So what do we want to work on next, guys? Someone go ahead and throw out the next topic. And we'll go ahead and get started on the next one. Junior's account. Angry Meatball does not work where you think he works, apparently, because he's gonna have no idea what you're talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but you added him. You replied to his message. Okay, fair enough. What kind of UPS do they use there? I went by and picked up my copy of Elden Ring from 1404, but the GS model from '07. So is it like, I'm assuming it's a heavy duty one because that's the thing powering the whole precinct, right? GS-875U. No, then why'd you take it? It's tiny. Just because you're a hoarder and you'll take any piece of technology you can have because it has the GS logo on it. Okay, fair enough. That's good enough for you. Then it's good enough for me. Now I have two. Where'd you get the first one from? Facebook Marketplace. You bought one for how much? You paid to have the GS logo on your uninterruptible power supply. Sure, I'll look it up. The one with the monitor on it? Or like the little screen? Are you gonna resell it? No. It's yours forever? Okay. Fair enough. Alright, it's a good unit. I guess as long as you can change the battery on it for not too much, it's worth it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Said you already ordered a new battery. Perfect. How much was the battery? 25? That's not bad. As long as those things last. So me and Junior work. Do I want to say? We basically work for the same company, so it's the location number of the company. So, that location in particular is shutting down. So he was able to, I guess, go in and get one of the battery backups or the UPSs that they use. Well, let's Google. Oof. Grabbed it and ran. They didn't tell you anything? They just let you take it? I mean, I guess they're just getting rid of all that stuff. Kevin couldn't keep up with my speed. What is Kevin gonna do? He's probably leaving. I think someone told me that. He's probably gonna take the severance. Because there's no way that they had a position for him. Looks that way. Yeah. Oof. Damn, you figured it out quick. Looking at the store made me sad. It made me sad too, man. You're telling me. Because I went, like, I couldn't even go in, man. This shit was. Be careful about the information you give out. Fair enough. I'm not too worried about it. As long as I'm not giving out my address. 24230 is nothing. It's enough. It's enough to suggest that he knows the rest of the information, which is why he put it that way. It's nothing if you don't have the rest of the information, but the fact that he got that means he had the rest of it. Yeah. Huh. But yeah, typically those store numbers are pretty easy. D&D. But yeah, pick the next topic. Junior's account. Actually, it's about time I fill my water, so I'm going to be right back. Someone throw out a suggestion and we'll work on it as soon as I get back. Okay, we are back. Let's see. Catboy says I picked several, so I'm letting someone else choose. Junior's account says same. Suppose we should put some work into details before the night is started. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I am ready if you are. Uh, the devil is in the details. Catboy says, "Oh, now I get the name of that one." So how do we want the logistics of this to work? Is this a bar that is in the prime material, or is this in the Nine Hells?
Sometimes I need to give it a pep talk. Straight.
Interesting. Okay. Prime material. Okay, good. Because that makes it spicier. And so when we say it's a bar for devils, right? Like, so I immediately imagine a place where like devils can, of course, congregate as they're kind of getting up to their bullshit within the prime material. But let's see. There's a magic mouse spell that lets everyone inside know if a non-fiend entity tries to get inside. Give them a chance to get their skin back on. Ah, okay. So it is a place that a non-devil can freely walk into then? It's just going to take a little bit of time and strength to get the doors open, and then obviously the devils will know. Okay. So people have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, it's more about just delaying. They're heavy for the sake of slowing people down, not stopping their entrance. Hmm. So what does a non-fiend do by coming to this bar? Right? Like it just sounds like they're gonna get fucked, to be honest. Literally walking into the lion's den or the devil's pit, I guess is more accurate. What kind of things do you think the devils would do in the bar? Hmm. Average people should absolutely be able to come and go as they please. There will be bar games to determine who gets to try and make a deal with the next mortal that comes in. Okay. Interesting. I like it. I like the idea that like obviously the average mortal isn't gonna walk in knowing what they're walking into, but then like for someone who maybe has done some research or somehow is in on the secret could like come specifically seeking out either a particular demon or um, even just to find a demon or devil, excuse me, not demon, a devil powerful enough to create the deal with. I would have to imagine that, like, I don't know, it would have to be in a place where people wouldn't walk in so often, though. Otherwise, like, it almost, like, the way I think about it is, like, from the devil's perspective, right? Like, if you look at it as, like, putting back your skin or, like, putting your clothes on, right? Um, like, if I'm at home with no clothes on and I know someone's coming, so I gotta put my clothes back on and I get enough notice, that's one thing. But if people just keep randomly showing up, I don't know. Space. Okay, I like that. So it has this kind of non-specific reputation of, like, maybe this guy was down on his luck and now he has everything he needs, but for whatever reason, he tells you, like, hey, you can solve your problem by going here, but I would only go here as a last resort. So it's recommended with an asterisk. Catboy says, nah, I go there for a fun evening. It's loads of fun making deals with mortals. I think he was more so saying from the perspective of the mortals. That's how they would look at it, Catboy. It's a lot of fun making deals with mortals when you're the devil. It's not as fun for the mortals. Oh yeah, it's not so fun for them. Angry Meatball says, part of every contract made there is the stipulation that the signee can't talk about what happens inside the bar. Makes sense. Okay. I like it. I can roll with that. You guys have any exciting plans for the rest of the week? Since I won't get to talk to you guys again until Monday. I still got an hour and a half left in the stream, but what do you guys have going on the rest of the week or the weekend? Anything exciting? I'm imagining a bartender who takes the form of a tiefling woman, kind of plays coy with the race angle if anyone asks about the name. Okay? Catboy says he's playing FF14, Final Fantasy 14, a lot. Well, I hope you have fun playing FF14. I will probably play a good amount of Elden Ring at least one day this week before I go back to work. It is quite a bit of fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. Got my ass beat quite a few times. But, that's what the game is, so. Angry Meatball says, I'm running a session tomorrow, and I'm prepping a holiday adventure. We'll see how it goes. Oh, that's cool. What's the holiday theme? Hey, Wandiki, welcome to the chat. Welcome back. Thanks for the sub. Shouted you out earlier. Appreciate it very much. Hanging with the homies. Sounds like fun. Think I know which homies you're hanging with, but it's going to be a good time, sounds like, for everyone. Junior's account says, GTG, gotta go. Alright, you have a good night. I will see you next time, hopefully. Thanks for staying so long. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Remember, I'm first. Yes, you are first, and you are still Stream Boss currently. So we'll see how long that lasts. Your streak was 2 last time, so we'll see if you can beat it. Alright. Let's see. Go ahead and highlight this one. It won't increase it unless you've taken damage, Junior. So if you were like, if someone damages you and then you donate, yes, it will heal your HP, but you won't go over the cap of 1,000. Angry Meatball says the holiday is Egg Day, a non-denominational Easter sort of celebration, omelets, egg-themed games, strangest egg competition. Oh, okay, that sounds cool. Wandiki says Stream Boss D's nuts at Junior's account. See you, Junior's account. Have a good night. Thanks again. Okay. Well, let's see. How many have we gotten done at this point? Quite a few. Got a good night's rest, the North Pole, King's Chamber Pot, Journey's End, Under the Stairs and Details. 6. 1, 2, 3. That's a blank page. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, so far so good. Angry Meatball says one player bought a mystery egg last session, and I think for this coming session there will be some confusion and theft. Very cool. All right. Yeah, we can obviously keep adding any details we want to any of the previous subjects, or we can pick a new one. So, Angry Meatball, One Tiki, Cowboy, if you guys have a suggestion on which we want to work on next, feel free to throw it out. Yeah, we got a long list. Like, we did 6 already, which is fairly good. We're making good time, but we got plenty more we can do. Which means we're definitely going to have to do another one of these, another one on this topic sometime in the future so we can knock out some more of these. How long is this, how long have you been playing with this current group, the one that you're running the holiday session for, Angry Meatball? This group, oh shit, 6 or 7 years. Is that your longest running group, or do you have you ever had a group that's run longer? Damn, what a jam. This is the 3rd campaign we've done together. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, technically the majority of this group would be on its 3rd campaign whenever we get around to it, but kind of unofficially. This will be the 2nd campaign that I've run for the group, though, so... But 6 or 7 years, that's impressive. You've been running that group as long as I've been exposed to D&D. That's crazy. Wow. That's impressive. Congrats, man. Longest running group, give or take a member. Yeah, I mean, it happens, you know. It's the spirit of the group that matters, you know. Occasionally, like, if one person's got to drop out or get swapped out or whatever happens, it happens. It's just part of the process, unfortunately. Expecting several people to be able to do something that long is already hard enough. How about we do of all trades? That's cheesy enough and probably easy enough to knock out. See how many more we can get done tonight. This would be number 7. And we haven't done the story yet, so that'll work too. It does sound like a general store. Absolutely. Okay, so it's a general store. Owner of the store's name is Jack. What other interesting tidbits could we add to it? Jack is almost always doing several different things at once. Okay? Jack is always multitasking. And I would say that, kind of in the theme, that he's basically good at everything, but not a master of anything. So, like, he's probably knowledgeable on almost any subject to, like, a basic competency, but not, like, truly a master of any particular craft. I like that. I don't know that it needs anything more than that, honestly. Because it's a general store. I don't know how much you can do to the store to spice it up. But he always knows a guy and can point you to an NPC who is more knowledgeable than he is. Okay. Yeah, I would say kind of like following the suit of Catboy's suggestion of him always like doing multiple things and multitasking. I think that he would be the kind of person that doesn't necessarily stick to one hobby for super long, right? Because obviously he's kind of jumping around and learning everything. So I would think that every time your party comes in, like assuming they go in more than once, the thing that he's doing when the party walks in should be different every time. So maybe he's sewing or knitting one time, and then the next time he's, you know, sharpening a blade or, like just random things. Like with enough variety that it just calls into question the fact that he's able to do all of these different tasks. That's pretty good. I don't know that you can do too much with a general store, so I think that is pretty solid. What y'all want to do next? I'll give y'all a few minutes, and y'all can either pick one or I'll throw one out and we'll start knocking it out. Think, whoa, how much time we got? Just about an hour and a half, a little bit less than an hour and a half. We could probably knock out at least another 3 to 5 in that time. But we will take our time. There's no need to rush. Whatever we don't do now will be here for the next time. Change the music up a little bit. Scroll down a bit. Sure. Interesting. Tipsy Pixie. All right, let's do it. Let me find. Okay. That could be interesting. It's run by a very gruff orc. What is the name of this very gruff orc? No, it would be, yeah. And why? This says this gruff orc names his bar, his or her bar, excuse me, the Tipsy Pixie. What's the story there, Catboy? Tinker? Ooh. Ooh, okay, I like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I like the contrast. That's what I'm looking for, the contrast. Like you have the gruff orc that runs it with just like the silly name, the silly premise, right? Like but effective because there's a market for that, you know? Who wouldn't want to take their kids to like a little tavern and get some milk and cookies? Nicholas Calvin is a regular? No. Stop, Cowboy. You can't do it. Not to my boy Nicholas. He was already sus enough. Oh wait, no, milk and cookies is fair. Actually, yeah, he would have to be a regular. He probably can't afford to get drunk on alcohol. it's not looking good for my boy Nick. I can only fight the battle if he's not a pedo for so long, you know. That kind of pushes him over the line though. It fits the Santa Claus theme as well though, so it's what are you gonna do? Okay, so what else happens at the Tipsy Pixie? It already wasn't looking good for him. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that. He was not doing so well. There we go. Yeah. It's not looking good for Nick. So you think Tinker's the owner or is she an employee? I assume Tinker's a she. Is Tinker a she? Maybe Tinker's a he. And it's just like full on just it's a double front. Tinker is actually into the milk and cookies, but they sell some contraband in a special cookie or pie. So they oh shit. I mean, it also could just be like literally edibles, you know? Like maybe she just sells weed brownies or weed cookies. So maybe there's a mix of legal and non-legal substances that are being infused in those cookies and that milk. Okay. Hmm. The kids love the special cookies? No, Tinker's not giving the kids the special cookies. I hope not. Otherwise, it's gonna be a curse of Strahd situation with the pies. Not for the kids. Yeah, you can't feed the kids the contraband. The kids aren't paying for it. What kind of kid has money for drug cookies? Hmm. Trying to think what else could be in there. We don't know how moral Tinker is. Well, obviously Tinker is slightly immoral if he or she is using it as a front for a drug ring, but that's a whole different level of immoral. If you're drugging kids, rich kids, sure, that's fair. They could be rich kids. Ooh. Hmm. I would imagine that Like I feel like in essence it is a tavern, right? Like the layout and everything. It's just the target audience and what's actually being distributed is different. So I would imagine that it's very like they got to play into the front, so it's very kid friendly esque. And Tinker will drop off cookie deliveries at the orphanages and whatnot, so Tinker is well liked, but she drops special cookies other places. The orphanages in this town are lucky to have help from two proprietors. I missed a lot. All of this is in one town. No, not technically. Um, it's just Catboy referenced Nicholas Calvin, which is a character that is in another town. It's basically a Santa Claus reference, or in another place that we fleshed out. So, in theory, if Nicholas Calvin was a regular, the establishment that he owns would need to be relatively close, aka in the same town. But no, none of these places have to be in the same town. They can be used however you like. Yeah, Nicholas Calvin is a fat elf man who runs a brothel, wears only one set of clothes, which is a red and white jumpsuit. In his brothel, he only lets gnomes and halflings work for him. And his wife is a halfling as well, who also works in the brothel. Yep, this is what they came up with. That is right. This is what happened. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I was not involved with this. I have no choice but to be involved. I am powerless. Before the chat, I have no power. But yeah, that is the North Pole brothel in a nutshell. Okay. You guys have anything else you want to add to the Tipsy Pixie? I think that pretty. Right. Hey man, you can go back and watch the feed, alright? Or you just believe me. Either way. House pets? Like having dogs or something in the bar, you mean? Not necessarily dogs. It can be a little bit more fantastical than that, I suppose, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding what you're going for. Every hipster shit ass restaurant or shop near me has a cat or dog living in it. Ooh. Fair enough. Tinker runs 5-star to his birthday. Tinker, despite being a hardened former soldier, unabashedly loves all things cute. Okay. Got it. So are we saying Tinker is male or female? Because it doesn't necessarily change much, but it gives me the full visual of Tinker. She. Go female. She just also loves money as much. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Let's see. All right. We're in the final hour. Just about in the final hour. Let's see how many of these we can knock out before the night is done. Mm-hmm. Whoever wants to pick the next one, go ahead. Let me know. BRB, take your time on Dicky. We'll be here. Dragon's Breath and... Okay. Alright, so the first thing I would imagine is they, oh, there you go. You say they sell drinks based on different Dragon Breath weapons. Very cool. We were thinking along the same lines. So, what do you think the naming structure would be like? Would they each have unique names that are based on a dragon's breath, or would they be like generic in the sense like I got an order of red dragon's breath or green dragon's breath and so on and so forth? Or would they have a little bit more like individuality in the names? Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good pop. So they're like 57. What you think, Catboy? How would you name them? They have images, items up of famous adventurers. Asaf, them later. Asaf has a stake in the success of the bar and takes a cut, but doesn't have anything to do with the day-to-day runnings. Okay. So what is his... Like, did he just help pay for the building of it, or why do people care that this guy's... Like, what did the immolator do, though? So basically, he's like a sponsor. He's been an adventuring bard. Goes on dangerous missions and comes back with great stories. Okay, I dig it. Let me scroll down. Okay, there we go. Catboy says, named after the dragon type, the two tiers chromatic are the low tier with metallic being higher tier. Okay, cool. I dig it. Makes enough sense. Angry Meatball says tiers in quality, strength, or price. Catboy says yes. All of the above. All of the above. I would think that with an establishment that, if they're sticking to the 10 core dragons with 10 drinks, you're really concerned about probably strength over quality. Who knows? Ooh, what you could do is maybe the quality increases with age, so they could also have 3 tiers of age. So it follows that structure as well. So, like, even, an ancient red dragon, even if you say that colored dragons are a lower tier, ancient red dragon should be more valuable than young gold dragon, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Hmm. So make. Let's see. Gold, silver, bronze, copper, brass. Age should denote alcohol strength. Yeah, I mean, I would think that it's just. Yeah, that makes sense. So the age affects the strength. Um, do the metallic dragons all. What? I don't know enough about metallic dragons. Let me see. Is it 1-to-1? Like, in the sense that, are there 5 metallic dragons that have each of the same 5 breath weapons? Because I feel like metallic dragons double up. Aren't there 2 that have fire? Color as drink type and strength as sliding age scale. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So once it gets to a certain number of years, it's classified as ancient or adult or young. And then you have the flavor profiles for all 10. So which one gets traded off? Like, is there one that's left out? It's weird that they would double it up and not make it just an easy 1-to-1. Is it acid that doesn't get a breath weapon? Or poison, maybe? Okay. Fire doubles up, poison only has chromatic. That's what it is. That's dumb. Yeah. Okay, no worries. Hmm. Imagine drinking green dragon's breath. Literally drinking poison. Hmm. Okay. That's a pretty good amount of detail. Anything else you guys can think of that makes the inn itself more unique? We could obviously spend a good amount of time fleshing out the drinks. Green Dragon's Breath is the cheapest shit they have. Catboy says, BRB, take your time. We will be here. Let's see. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, do you guys have anything else you think we should add to make this establishment any more unique? The drinks are obviously very unique. The bard owner is pretty unique, so that might be enough. But I needed to refill my cup. I'm sure you can understand. Are you a fish person? Because you're starting to sound like a fish. No, I'm a devil, remember. Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you were able to refill your water. Water is very important. The bartender is Dragonborn. But what color Dragonborn? Or maybe the bar is run by 10 Dragonborn. Mm. You know, they don't all have to be bartenders, but maybe there's 10 Dragonborn that all play a part. got a lot of stuff to learn. Oh, wow. Okay. What do you think, Halfway? You think we do 10 Dragonborn owners or just one Dragonborn bartender? And if just one, what color dragon should we do? Silver, they use their cold breath to cool drinks. Cool. Isn't the cop out chromatic? Why is it a cop out? And then what name do we want to use for the silver dragonborn bartender? Let me scroll down. Also, welcome back, One Diki. Havilar. Okay. And I'd say that's probably good enough. That's a pretty good chunk of text. Got a whole page worth, basically. Let's see, where are we at on time? Yeah, 40 minutes. We can get at least 2 more done in 40 minutes. And then we'll save the rest for later at that point. Let's see. If you see one, throw it out. Try to get, okay, a double header. There we go. The Ale Mine and the Underbrew competing bars. Okay. So, my first question for the sake of building them out. Okay, there we go. It's going to be what fuels their competition. That would help. Dwarven Brothers. They had a disagreement on what to name the bar, so they made a bet. What's the bet? That's kind of the line I was going to toe, is that they had a disagreement on how to run a bar, so they just ended up starting their own. Now, here's a good question. There are two ways you could go with this. I'll show you. Aaron Meatball says each opens their own bar and runs it for 50 years. Whoever is less successful at the end has to shut down and come work for the other for 50 years. Okay, dig that. So, what I was going to say is, you could go a couple of ways, but I would imagine that either the bars are the exact opposite of each other, or they're like very similar to the point that most people wouldn't even be able to tell the difference, like when you're inside. But there's like minor differences in how they do things, like I'm thinking, like, like they serve the same dog shit ale, but one is technically from another importer, right? Like they like, I imagine it being like a thing of, they generally had the same exact ideas, but they argued over the little minor details so much because they're siblings that they just ended up not being able to work together. So for the average person, like the party member, they're gonna walk in and it's basically like two of the same establishment. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. We're thinking along the same line, Angry Meatball. Is that okay, each could try to get the party to help sabotage. Um, Let me scroll down. Like, I could imagine like drunk patrons who like regularly attend one just accidentally wandering into the other. because it's basically the same bar. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, that's kind of spicy. I fucks with that. What do we want to name the brothers? It's a good question. Like, their names should also be very similar to each other. To the point of also being confusing. Hadric and Edric. Okay. Okay. I like the names. Welcome to the chat, Alyssa Duarte00. You know, one of these days I'm gonna get you to comment something that isn't just your unique way of saying hi and bye. You're gonna contribute something to the chat one of these days. What should we do for a last name though? Either Adric and Edric or Sigmund and Siegfried. But what last name do we use? Beerstein. Okay. I mean, that's pretty fleshed out. Dwarven brothers with a petty grudge against each other to see who will run the best tavern. They got 50 years to determine who is the best. When in reality, they're more similar than anyone could ever know. I like that. I take that a lot. Uh, Bar house. Wow, that is. Yeah, they have to be close to each other. Is it too much to say that, like, the names aren't even on the buildings? I think they'd be smart enough to put the name on the building sometime within the 50 years, but maybe not. Because just imagine two bars that like when you go around and you see like restaurants where the restaurant name isn't even really like a unique restaurant name, or like gas stations will do it too. Like a tavern that just says bar on it. They have really small signs. Okay. The signs are very small. I imagine if this were a TV show, this would be the kind of thing where like the party shows up and they, like it's like one of those typical episodes like where I'm trying to think of there are plenty of shows that use this trope, but it's like the Avatar trope where they're like trying to cross the chasm and there are these two tribes that have like beef with each other. So the party gets divided on which side they should take, and so they both end up like splitting ways and doing what they can to help, um, both opposing forces. So I imagine that it's kind of like the same thing where like half the party would go and help Adric or Sigmund, and the other goes to help Edric or Siegfried. And so like they're both giving these brothers different advice to make the bars more popular. And what they find out over time is that they don't like these dumb fuckers' advice. Yeah, The Great Divide. Good episode. Um, like they don't like the party's advice, and they end up hating the party so much that it makes the brothers settle their beef and realize that they're not so different after all. That's how I imagine that TV comedy episode going. Because D&D is basically a comedy. A lot of times. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Classic Scotsman's dilemma: whether to be an alcoholic or a heroin addict. Holy shit. Oh my god. Ah. Well, that was unexpected. I hope you're not facing that dilemma, Angry Meatball. Let's see. Heroin addict. No, Catboy, that's someone who's addicted to heroines, female heroes. Angry Boss says Glasgow is a shithole, by the way. Me and mine left for a reason. Well, I'm glad to hear you got out of there. Isn't that perfect, though? Addicted to heroines? Okay. That's pretty well fleshed out. So, let's see if we can do one more. I mean, that was kind of like 2 and 1, but we got through that one pretty quick. That concept evolved rather quickly. And we've got just about 22 minutes. So we'll do one more, and if we have... Ooh. Okay. Angry Meatball says he's just about spent. Fair enough. Cowboy says you can't go in without the other owner talking shit about his brother. That's fair. Okay. I mean, we've got quite a bit done today, so there's no reason we gotta push it. I am going to hang out for the next 20 minutes at least. So if anyone stops in and says hello, I'll be here and I can just take notes, but... Angry Meatball, if you are spent, my man, go get some rest, you know? You have been here for damn near every single minute of my stream since I started, so you're more than welcome to take off a little early and get some rest if you're tired. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hey, we got 10 done. That's pretty good. I think 10 fleshed out usable places for your party to be able to interact with is a pretty solid number for one stream. Well, yeah, really 11 actually, because you could go to both bars. But good call out. It was a good suggestion. God damn. Excuse my language. Holy cow. Oof is right. Well, once again, I am glad you got out of there. What are you looking at, buddy? I was looking at the link that Angry Meatball posted. Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect us to get through the whole list, so... You know. We will definitely circle back to this eventually and do another location deep dive. try to figure out these emotes before the next stream. Let's see. That is high, yes. Hence why I was a little shocked. Jesus. Oh man. Yikes, man. I don't really know what to say to that. Yeah, that's about it right there. That's the one word sum up right there, Catboy. Let's see. Oh, here's what we could talk about. We got 15 minutes. What are some things that you guys think I should offer for the giveaway? If you guys have any ideas. Obviously, the merch stuff is easy, but I want to offer things that are a little bit more creative as an option as well, so people have choices. One thing I was thinking is maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want to offer that as a giveaway though. I know I've talked before about like letting people purchase displays to send and put on the theme wall, but I don't know. You guys tell me, because I feel bad about doing. Well, I guess it's just an option, so the person would have to choose it, so it doesn't actually matter. But like offering the option to like let someone pick one to put on the wall, or maybe I just send it to you if you would rather take it instead of me keeping it. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like doing a display and sending it to somebody, or doing a display, and if they want to put it on the wall, they can. Okay, I meant Discord. I haven't quite decided on the budget yet, but that's what I'm trying to figure out more from an item standpoint. Um, Probably like somewhere within the scheme of the price range of the merch, which like a single poster. Um, like I mean, like anywhere like I'd say 30, 30 $40 or less. At least in the beginning, because if the channel takes off, then I can do bigger giveaways and give out like either bigger prizes occasionally or just give out to more people. Yeah, well, no, I would pay for shipping separately. I don't care what the shipping is unless it's insane versus the value of the item. If it's non-feasible, then that's different, but no, like if the item's $20 and I gotta pay $10 in shipping to get it to you, that's to me that's whatever. But most things I can figure out a way to get the shipping pretty cheap. Yeah, but and that's the biggest thing is the only thing that's really on brand with the channel or the content. They're gonna be um, like the merch and then D&D related items. Let's see. I was thinking like doing like a book. Actually, that was one that I had thought about yesterday. Let me see how much it is. Yeah, I mean that probably would be the upper limit, but I could do like a single copy of the book. Uh, Dice, play tiles. So in the last 10 minutes, I believe there's a couple things to talk about. What you gotta talk about, Catboy? Let me know. Or are you talking about for me? When is next week's topic? I mean, I was tossing around the idea on Monday of us doing the. What was I trying to say? us doing items from monsters. So we kind of like started the process of listing out some things. So like, um, I forget the name of the part. We have it on the dock, but the part of the dragon that actually is responsible for producing its breath weapon or unicorn horn. But here, Meatball says, I know the container says you can't believe it, but I promise it's not butter. And a streamer to raid. If you have another topic that you want to do, we can always save that one for another week, right? Like, obviously, there's no rush with these things. And let me see who's online. I always default to just assuming I'm going to raid Dungeon Master Symposium, but yeah, Dungeon Master Symposium's the only one who's up at this moment because this man streams from the beginning of time to the end of time. But just for the sake of getting it on the chat once again, guys, if you are not aware, there will not be a stream this Saturday. We will pick up our regular scheduled content on Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So, and then we will be back to streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday 8 p.m. I think what I'm going to do, I start my new job next week. So at least for the first week, I am probably going to cut the Monday, Wednesday streams an hour shorter. I'm not going to make any change to the Saturday streams going forward. But I need to make sure that I get enough rest because I'm going to have to be up early. At least until I figure out what my work from home schedule is going to be. Because in the beginning, I'm going to have to go into the office every day. But the start time will not change. And Saturdays will not change at all because I'll be off on Saturdays. Makes sense, rest is important. Yeah, it's a good idea. Ideally, I will be working eventually 2 days from home, where then I'll schedule those days that I'm working from home to be the day after I do a stream. So then I won't need to be up as early and then I can push that hour back if it makes sense. But we'll see. I'll try it for a week or two and see if it seems necessary or not. It's really just going to depend. But I'm excited. They actually just sent me my shirt today for work, so it is as official as it can be until I walk in the building and start getting paid. But let's see. One medium-sized this plate. To you. Let's see. I think that's a handful of good ideas. I'll find a dice set or some stuff that I'm willing to ship out that's maybe easy on Amazon. Yeah, give people a few options. I just need to decide how many people I'm going to do for the giveaway. We'll see. But yeah, I'd really like to do some bigger ones as we continue to grow. But let's see. Someone just popped in. Oh, there we go. Very cool. What was I gonna say? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention before I sign off, because it is about that time. But probably not. Giveaway will be the 19th. So I'll put out some more details once I flesh out exactly what's on the table. Night one, Diki, you have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and raid Dungeon Master Symposium. But, guys, I will be back on Monday. Thanks again, as always, for tuning in. Stay tuned to the Discord if you are on the Discord for the latest details on the Twitch stream or any of the other content that I'm working on, as well as details for the giveaway stream. And if you have any ideas, please do not hesitate to share them either live or behind the scenes. Did it not work? Well, I did an exclamation point. You would think I would know how to do a raid by now. Oh my god. How is his name invalid? I copy pasted it. Ah, there it goes. If anyone can mess it up, it's me. As I'm not comfortable with giving out my address, you can count me out. I mean, we could figure out something else as well if that doesn't require giving out an address, but we'll figure it out. Either way, you guys have a great night. It's good seeing you, and I will talk to you in the next one.